Helen Flanagan gives a glimpse of her new assets in a low-cut jacket after revealing she has had a boob job following her split from Scott Sinclair. She recently spoke candidly about undergoing a breast augmentation following her breakup from her footballer beau Scott Sinclair. And Helen Flanagan looked incredible as ever as she posed up a storm following the news, posting the snap to her Instagram page on Monday evening. The actress, 32, showcased her slender pins in a blue tweed mini-skirt, which she teamed with a matching jacket, teasing her new assets. The former Coronation Street actress wore her hair swept up into a carefree bun and applied a glamorous coat of makeup. She captioned the snap, "Boss Babe Monday." Helen recently revealed that she underwent a boob job last week after admitting she felt her breasts had become really saggy. She then shared an update on day 4 of recovery, admitting her frustrations over not being able to run around as she usually would and being unable to work out or even take a proper shower. Helen explained that she is having to take things easy for the next 6 to 8 weeks, but her recovery is going really, really well. Speaking to her 1 million followers via Instagram stories, the screen star explained the struggles of not being able to sleep on your front or shower properly. Helen told the camera, "I am on day 4 now of recovery. I've managed to put some eyebrows and mascara on. So I am doing okay. Last night was my first night where I just really couldn't get comfortable. They say to sleep propped up, but I just couldn't get comfortable, so that wasn't the best. It's tricky because you can't really have a proper shower, so you just have to wash yourself like this, acts out washing arms, so I can't wait actually for a proper shower. You're told that you can't swim or, like, I can't work out with my personal trainer for 6 to 8 weeks. Which, to be honest, I am gonna wait the 6 weeks because I do want to take my recovery really seriously because I don't want anything to happen. I don't think you can have a bath for 6 to 8 weeks, you have to shower, so that obviously, you don't want to soak the wounds," she explained. Adding her frustration over having more limited mobility, Helen continued, "But yeah, I feel fine. Obviously it is a bit frustrating because I am someone who literally just runs around all the time and I do a million things, I just don't keep still. So it is quite hard obviously not being able to lift the kettle, and it's frustrating not to be able to do stuff like that and whiz around and do my normal things, but I know it's not for long." The actress added that she has extra help this week with her 3 children, Matilda, 7, Delilah, 4, and Charlie, 17 months. While she assured, "But yeah, my recovery is going really well." Helen announced the boob job on Sunday, as she admitted to being really nervous to share the news. While still in recovery, the actress, who split from her footballer fiancé Scott Sinclair in October, claimed she went under the knife in a bid to feel more confident. She also explained how her decision had been influenced by a reduction in her bust from an E-cup to not filling a B-cup bra caused by breastfeeding her 3 children. While holding off from displaying the results, the newly single star said in the vlog, "Hi, so I wanted to pop on here. I am actually really nervous about sharing this actually, but I've had a boob job. I had it done on Thursday. Yeah, so I am in recovery at the moment. I have been really nervous about sharing this, because you always get some, like, not very nice comments or what have you. But yeah, it's just something that I did for myself. I really wanted to do it for my confidence. I have been really nervous about sharing this. Obviously I very much am for body confidence, and very much for supporting other women, but supporting women in all choices that they decided to do. I think if something really is bothering you, then I think, it's a good thing to do something about it. I am on day 2 of recovery. My friend just helped me wash my hair and dry it because you can't shower properly, you have to keep the wounds dry. I have this kind of support bra on, and you can't get it wet. So these stories are probably going to be quite long, so you might want to get yourself comfy, but I am just going to talk about the whole thing, really. Helen confessed she decided on having the operation after becoming a mum to Delilah, but waited until she'd welcomed Charlie, since she wanted to have another baby. She said, "I never thought I would have a boob job. I was always really busty. I never thought that I would be someone that would need to have a boob job." Basically, my boobs just changed so much from pregnancy and breastfeeding. And it's a really tricky one here, because I loved all my breastfeeding journeys. I am a massive supporter of breastfeeding. I think it's an amazing experience that you can have your children, and I would do it, time and time again. But in total, I probably breastfed for about 3 years. So Matilda was 8 months and I've had my babies all kind of close together. Delilah was 13 months. And yeah, Charlie was 14 months. So it's all in together really about 3 years of breastfeeding. I think it's because I was quite big and busty before. There's no other nice way. I keep trying to think of a nicer way to say it. But the reason, they just sagged. There's no nicer way to say it, but they just became really saggy, and I can't think of a better way to say it, and it just affected my confidence. When I first Matilda, my boobs were fine. In fact, they went smaller, which I really liked. I think my frame change, having children. I've always been slim and small, but I kind of lost quite a lot of weight from having children. I had hyperemesis when I was pregnant, and I just lost weight with my kids. I think I went down to maybe about a C cup after breastfeeding Matilda, from being like a natural E cup to a C cup, and I just kind of felt like it really suited my frame. They didn't drop a little bit, but they didn't bother me at all. So I felt fine. I didn't feel like I needed a boob job after pregnancy with Matilda and feeding Matilda. And then when I fell pregnant with Delilah, obviously through pregnancy, I felt totally confident. And I breastfed Delilah for 13 months. And I really noticed the difference. I really don't want to be getting messages from other women saying that I am not supporting breastfeeding, because I really am. Breastfeeding is amazing. I will do it time and time again. It's so special for bonding. I loved my feeding journeys and would not change it for the world. I am just being honest about it, yeah, because I just breastfed for such a long time, and I've had 3 children close together. With Delilah, I had for 14 months, and then I noticed a real difference. I loved the size of them. I went down to a B cup. And I loved being small because I feel like it suited the rest of my frame, because I am natural size 6, so I felt like it suited my body. But again, it was just they dramatically. I think it's the right word, the breast tissue, it really did sag, and yeah, I remember being in the shower and being like, oh, wow, what is this? So I remember thinking I do want to have a boob job, but I knew that I wasn't done having children. I really knew that there was still another baby in me and I wanted to have my children close together. And I remember talking about, oh, I want to have another baby, and Charlie was a surprise. So I did have, obviously, Charlie, and I knew that after feeding Charlie that I would go and have a boob job. So I fed Charlie for 14 months and my boobs, they weren't much different, really, from feeding Delilah afterwards. It was just feeding Delilah, really, that kind of. And yeah, I wanted them done. I finished feeding, end of May, early June. And I was told I had to wait 6 months after breastfeeding till I could have a boob job. I was a bit disappointed because I remember I filmed something early autumn that I wanted to have my boobs done for, to feel more confident. But yeah, it's just been the right time, really, January, because there's not so much going on. And it's a good time to recover. The kids are with Scott and his mum and I miss them so much. I get them back tomorrow. Well, when I post these, it will be today, so I get them back. All I wanted to do was cuddle Charlie. I know I can't cuddle them for a little while with recovery. But I am gonna keep you all updated about my recovery. So I went with Pall Mall. I've heard amazing things about Pall Mall from lots of my other mum friends that have had boob jobs. I was gonna go with them anyway, but they contacted me. I went with the lovely Mr. Hussain. He's such a lovely man. I went through many consultations because I was really nervous about this. And basically what I wanted is, I wanted to keep quite small because I felt like it kind of suits my frame. But I just basically wanted them lifted. I wanted them up. I don't know if I am explaining it correctly, but I just had an implant. He said that because I think to uplift it would be more of an operation, so we tried basically just putting the implant into lift. I had to basically, because my boobs were naturally big before, I had to go with a similar implant to kind of fill out all that skin. But we went for something that basically would suit my frame. I went for 340, so yeah, I am on day 2 recovery. The nurses were absolutely lovely. Yeah, it was great. I did stay in overnight just to see how I am feeling and have rest. Keep on top of any kind of light pain medication that I might need. Just. And yeah, I feel okay. Obviously, I've not been able to do much at all really. I've just been chatting to my friends a lot, FaceTiming the kids, tried to eat like a lot of protein or eat a lot of healthy food. Actually just been binge watching Footballers' Wives, to be honest. It's the best on ITVX, so yeah, I am just gonna keep you all updated. I like to share my life on here. I like to be as honest as I can. I was nervous because people can be unkind. I am very much for supporting other women and the choices that they decide to do, and supporting other women. I feel passionately about breastfeeding. I don't regret breastfeeding at all. I would always do it again and I love that. I just wanted to be honest about my experiences because other women might be able to relate to me. But yeah, I'll keep you updated with my recovery, the star concluded.